What's up, Orthos? My name's Keaton Walker. I'm really excited for this presentation. I'm going to show you how you can get 5 to 10 additional consults a week for your orthodontic practice on Autopilot. Just before we jump into it, I want to show you the results. These are actual consults that have been scheduled, as you can see, this week from implementing this process for one of my clients. This process works, and it works really, really well. What we're going to cover today are a few marketing principles just as a baseline, things that you need to understand about your campaigns before you run them if you want to have a measurable and good ROI. Then we're going to talk about the ad itself, the online selling process, and the follow-up that needs to occur between the online selling process and the consult to make it happen. So first, let's jump into 3 marketing principles. These are things I really wish I knew when I was starting out that I don't want you to miss out on. So first is pre-framing. Then we're going to talk about giving before we ask, and also giving what the customer wants. And then 3, we're going to talk about becoming a local celebrity. Pre-framing. This is best illustrated by a study done at MIT of 70 economics students. They were told they were going to have a substitute teacher and given a biography on that teacher. The only difference was half of the students were told that the substitute was rather cold, and the other half of the students were told that he was warm and friendly. After the lecture, the students were required to take a survey reporting what they thought about the substitute teacher. The half of the students that were told he was warm and friendly reported that he was super nice, he cared about the students, and they would love to have him back. The other half of the students reported that he was cold, indifferent, didn't care about the students, didn't care about his job. As a doctor, it is so important that you are being framed in the right way. You need to be framed as a warm, friendly, competent individual in every single thing that you're doing. So make sure whatever company you're working with, or if you have your marketing in-house, they're making sure that you're being presented as a competent individual, because people see what they're told, people report what they're told, and if they don't see you in the light that you need to be seen in, you're not going to have a very good return on your advertising budget. So we've talked about pre-framing. Let's go into give. There's 2 parts of this. First, give what they want, not what you want. What you want at the end of the day is more money in your practice. Whether that's to grow exponentially or just not to be worried about money, that's your goal. That is not your patient's goal, especially when they're on Facebook or Instagram. They're scrolling through to see pictures of cats. They're scrolling through to see pictures of their cousin's wedding. And at the end of the day, they're not going to care about what you're offering them unless you give it to them in the context of what they want and in the place that they want it. Another thing you need to pay attention to is the words you use in your ads. Right here we have free consult versus confidence. Doctors tend to talk about what they do in terms of what they do, not in terms of the result that the person wants. The reason someone comes into your orthodontic office is more confidence, a new smile, a better life. When you talk about the result that your potential patients are trying to achieve instead of free consultations or the process to get there, you're going to have a much higher return on your investment. Now let's talk about give before you ask. This is also a very important part of any advertising. You need to build value with your prospect before you try to sell them. That's why the orthodontic industry uses free consults, so that you can build rapport, you can build authority, you can build value with the people that are coming into your office before you try to sell them. In the same way, you need to provide them value before they're going to come to your consultation. Online leads, online advertising, it is a different game than referrals. Somebody that comes from a referral is going to trust you, they're ready to buy. Their friend, family member recommended you, and that's going to be an easy sale. These are not as easy simply because they don't know who you are and they have no reason to trust you yet. So you need to give them a reason to trust you, and the best way to do that is through video on social media. You're going to create different videos helping you to connect and educate and offer more to your potential audience before they even come meet you in person. Once you add value without asking for anything in return, people are going to start to like you, your brand's going to grow organically, and you're just going to have a much, much better time online. So now let's talk about becoming a local celebrity. Here we have Dr. Doviv Prero. I don't know exactly what's happening in this picture, but what it looks like to me is that a patient just finished treatment, and not only did they want a picture with their new smile, they wanted a picture with their orthodontist. Because of who he is, the type of online presence he has, this person wanted a picture with him. This is the type of social media presence that you need to be developing if you want a long-term asset that works for you. Let me explain a little bit more as to why. Something called attention arbitrage. Let's talk about the difference between Google and Facebook and Instagram. Here on the right we have Google. Let's say this girl's name is Nancy. She's looking for orthodontic treatment for her son in Austin, Texas, and she searches orthodontist in Austin, Texas on Google, and you show up, but also 4 of your closest competitors are right there with you on the same screen. Who's she going to choose? She has no reason to choose any of those doctors over the other unless she knows who they are. That's where Facebook and Instagram come into play. You can be the only doctor in your area running these types of ads on Instagram and Facebook, getting in front of your target audience 2, 3, 4 times a week, so that when they are ready to start orthodontic treatment, they search you on Google, that you're the very first person they're going to recognize, choose, and go seek treatment from. If you can get in front of your target audience more than your competitors, you're going to win, hands down. This is more of a long-term play again, but it's part of becoming a local celebrity and allowing social media to work for you. Okay, with the groundwork laid there, we're going to talk about the 3 critical parts of this campaign. The ad, the online selling process, and the follow-up. The consult and the TC room are very important parts of this process, but we're not going to discuss them today. First, let's talk about the picture or the video that you use in your ad. Follow this principle. Blend in with the feed, stand out among the posts. You do not want your ad to look like an ad. You want it to look just like any other picture that someone would see scrolling through their Facebook feed. This is hands down the best performing ad I have running right now. This is a picture of my client in a pink flamingo inner tube wearing a palm tree headband. Why do you think this is performing so well? Because it follows this principle. It blends in with the feed and it stands out among the posts. People are on Facebook to see faces, they're on Facebook to laugh, they're on Facebook to enjoy their time. And so when you give them something that has to do with that, but also stands out among the posts that they're seeing, you're going to get a ton of engagement, you're going to get cheaper ads overall, and you're going to get more leads, more consults, more money. Okay, so now let's talk about the words, or in marketing terms, we call this the copy, specific words that you want to use in your ads. Again, keep the customer in mind. What do they want? They want to hear things like, don't overpay for braces, or you deserve the smile of your dreams, or say goodbye to missing school or work for orthodontic appointments. These are the types of things that a busy mom wants to hear. In addition to that, you want to create a clear, accessible call to action, something that keeps them within the digital space. I've seen way too many orthodontic offices try to create a call to action to call them by just listing their phone number. Now, $500 off Invisalign, call us today at. That does not work. People are not on Facebook to call you. They're not on Facebook to buy anything. They're on Facebook to enjoy their time. And so you have to give that to them in the context of enjoying their time. So try our cost calculator. Click learn more to see how Invisalign can work for you. If you're ready for the smile of your dreams, click get offer below. And this keeps them in a digital space. You're not taking them to a phone call. Now let's talk about the Facebook campaign and the targeting. The campaign objective we're going to use is traffic to Messenger. The targeting for cold audiences, you're going to take your office's address plus a 7 to 15 mile radius, depending on how populated the area is. And what's working the best for me right now is women 30 and above. Okay, so here we are in the Facebook Ads Manager. We're going to select traffic as our campaign objective. I'll call this traffic demo. And we want to send this traffic to Facebook Messenger. There's a lot of reasons why Facebook Messenger is what I selected. You can send them to a website. Messenger has higher open rates, really good engagement, and it keeps them within Facebook's ecosystem, so they like that better and you get cheaper ads. So you're going to come down here, type in the address of your practice. Let's say our practice is in Washington, D.C. Come here, put that down, and then select 30 to 65 plus women. The more open you keep the targeting, the better. Facebook really knows how to optimize and find the right people that are going to be interested in your ad. That's why I don't bring the age down from 65 plus. You're going to leave all of this the same. Good, healthy budget's about $20 a day, depending on your area. And then you'll come in here, and this is where you create the ad. You add in the media that you'd like, the primary text, the headline. The news link description was kind of like a sub-headline. But that is the way that you can set up the campaign and the ad set. In easier terms, the targeting for your campaign. So we've talked about the ad. Now let's talk about the online selling process. The online selling process, pre-framing. Your first message should always say something like, "Hi John, you've definitely made the right decision by coming to Smith Ortho. Dr. Smith has been practicing in Austin for over 14 years. We're excited to have you part of the Smith Ortho family." This frames you in a positive light, tells your prospective client, when you frame yourself this way, you're going to have much higher conversion rates. So just remember this, whether it's a website you're sending people to, messenger conversation, whatever it is, frame yourself in the right way before you try to sell them. So the online selling process within Messenger, you can click on this link. I'll put it down below in the description, or you can type this into your browser. Essentially what this does is it allows potential customers to engage with your brand through an automated messenger sequence. It asks them questions about their bite, asks them questions about financing, gives them a ballpark price range, and then invites them to come in for a consultation. This works really, really well because at the end of the day, what people want to know is how much braces are going to cost. The next part of the online selling process is actually scheduling these people for a consult. Please, 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 please invest in online scheduling. This website is an excellent resource for anybody looking to invest in online scheduling. It integrates with most dental or orthodontic practice management softwares, and it works really well because people can schedule at 1 in the morning when they get off work, when you're on your lunch break not answering the phones, or over the weekend. This will change the name of the game for you as far as Facebook advertising goes. Localmed.com is a great resource. So we've talked about the ad, the online selling process. Now let's discuss the follow-up. The follow-up within Facebook Messenger. If somebody doesn't finish this cost calculator, you're going to send them an automated follow-up message based on where they stopped. And if they did finish but didn't schedule a consult, you're going to send them 1 to 3 reminder messages over the next week, trying to get them to re-engage. Also, texts and calls. This is something that's fairly well understood in the dental orthodontic community, but you need to text or call these people immediately after they schedule a consult, a few days in advance, and then also the morning of their appointment to make sure that they're coming through. Just the reality of the situation is people that come off Facebook, there's about a 50% show up rate. If you want more customers that aren't from referrals, you have to dive into other lead sources that aren't quite as quality as far as show up rates go. Most practices are able to close these leads at the same rate as normal leads that are coming in. I've heard of automated voicemails as well to help make sure these leads are coming in for their appointments. Now let's talk about retargeting. What you want to do is set up a Facebook pixel on your website and run a retargeting ad for $1 a day to website visitors and also to people that have engaged with you within Messenger. You're going to start following them around online, and eventually they're going to re-engage and book that consult. Let's talk about retargeting. First, you need to set up a Facebook pixel on your website. What the Facebook pixel does is allows you to match your website visitors with their Facebook and Instagram profiles and show them retargeting ads saying, "Hey, come back and schedule a consult. We saw you weren't able to." You really don't need to spend more than $1 to $2 a day on this. Most orthodontic websites don't have enough visitors to justify more than that. This is a crucial part of the follow-up, and when you start following these people around online, you're going to pick up a percentage of the people that fell off on the back end. I've really enjoyed presenting this to you today. Again, my name is Keaton Walker. If you'd like to talk more, if you have any questions, I'd love to get to know you. I've really enjoyed my time in the orthodontic community. I run an agency that specifically services orthodontists, helps them get more clients implementing this and other systems. If you'd like to work within my agency, click on this first link, calendly.com/Keaton E. Walker/SS, which stands for strategy session. We'll talk about your goals, my goals, and see if we're a good fit to work together. And then here at the bottom, if you have any other general questions, you can email me at keaton@keatonewalker.com. I've loved my time in the orthodontic space, loved getting to know many of you on strategy session calls, and I would love to help you out in any way possible. Please leave a comment, shoot me an email, and let me know how this goes for you. Thanks so much.